oh, hey siblings. I thought, now's the time to spill some tea on what really went down the past 2 years of college. I mean, realistically, I could have gone today, so I realistically could go today, right now, and be okay, but, well, I know Miss Rona does not discriminate. Like, I'm sure I don't have any pre-existing health conditions or anything, but, like, you know, is it really worth risking everything to get an education? Like, it's more important that I'm safe and healthy at home right now, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so it all starts, my senior year. My family and I took a bunch of pictures of me at all these colleges, and we went on a ton of college tours, like all of our states, Massachusetts, and we took a lot of pictures at every school we stopped at. Obviously, can't disclose those online publicly because privacy. I don't want to disclose the names of these schools, but like we took a bunch of pictures. I'm very grateful now to have them. Looking back, it's like, aww. It's like, I'm so glad we did this, because like, yeah. Then by Christmas, I think, I was deciding between IMG Malls Academy and Wilhelmina University. Wilhelmina University is pretty far. Like, I would have to take 4 trains to get there, to get to that school. And then IMG Malls Academy is walking distance from my house. I took 2 trains to get there, like 2 subway trains, like the T. I took the T to get there. And, yeah. Pepsi break. So, by Christmas, it was decided I would go to IMG Malls Academy, and yeah. I signed up around February of that year, 2019. February 2019 was when I signed up, and I feel like I wasn't paying attention to that. Like, I signed up, was like, oh yeah, I'm going to IMG Malls Academy, and I signed up to go to IMG Malls Academy, and then I remember getting my letter, and I was like, I got an ASL class, period 2, and I was like, I didn't open the email yet, but I decided to wait until period 4 when I could get my favorite teacher, Miss Buttercup, into the room to open the letter with me, because I want her to be there, because it's like a special moment. Like, I wanted to make a huge deal out of it, because like, yeah, like the hope was I'd transfer and go to another school after attending IMG Malls Academy, but of course, like, with everything that gone on, like, you just really didn't know. You just obviously don't know if you don't know if, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to, like, you gotta hope for the best, you gotta expect the worst. Like, you gotta pretend like it's your only college announcement thingy. So yeah, Miss Buttercup was there when I opened the letter. I remember screaming. I remember screaming at the top of my lungs when I got the letter. Like, I was like, they're like, hi Carla, you're accepted to IMG Malls Academy, your major is memes. And I remember being so happy, and I actually knew I always wanted to do a holiday reveal, like a reveal around a holiday, because obviously that's when most people are like already together for the holiday, and it's like, obviously families are together and stuff like that. So holiday reveal, it's like, I wanted to like remember I announced my college on a holiday, so I did that. So I pretty much kept the college a secret from my friends and classmates, because I wanted to reveal on Facebook on Easter, and I did that. So I pretty much told all my teachers before we went on break that day. Like, not that day, but like that week. I told all my teachers. I remember I printed out 13 copies of my acceptance letter from IMG Malls Academy, and I put them all into envelopes, put stickers, put like these star stickers on them, and like wrote down all their names. I literally hand delivered them to every single one of them, and that's how I found out. I was like, they ripped open my letter. I was like, hey, Miss Skittles, here's the letter. And they all thought I was like, oh, like a letter of saying appreciation, and then it was like, they ripped it out, and they're like, oh my god, I remember how happy they were. And like, yeah, that's pretty much how I found out. And then we went on break after I told all the teachers, and I went on Facebook. I remember being so excited to like post my college and be like, I'm going to IMG Malls Academy. And so yeah, and I told everyone on Easter, I'm going to IMG Malls Academy, like, and I'm majoring in memes. Like, yeah, that was a time. Little did we know. Then yeah, summer break happened, graduation happened. summer break happened, graduation happened, whatever, blah, blah. And then I started IMG Malls Academy in the fall. How exciting. Obviously, it was my first year at IMG Malls Academy, but, like, there was a transfer fair coming up. I was like, ooh, I should go to the transfer fair. Even though it was my first, and I really shouldn't think much about it right now, because obviously it's only the first year. I should enjoy the first year while I can. But looking back, I'm so grateful I did, because, like, yeah, like, I did. Looking back, I went to that transfer fair, and I'm so happy I did. I have a lot of, like, college pamphlets and stuff from that transfer fair, like, all the goodies, because I knew that they might come in handy someday. And also, before I chose IMG Malls Academy, I went to another college fair at my school, like a college fair, and I have stuff from that. So, yeah, it's kind of, I'm grateful I have all this stuff now. But, yeah, like, I went to a transfer fair at the IMG Malls Academy, and I went to, like, many events I could. I did clubs. I took a fun class my first year, because I knew I had a requirement to fill, so I decided to pick out a class I really liked, and I took a rock history class because of Melanie Martinez. Like, because it's, like, kind of her, her music's kind of traces back to that kind of style, if you know what I mean. Like, she's alternate, she's emo, that kind of stuff, you know what I mean. I took the class, that's where I met my friend Jordan, so I met Jordan because of Melanie, which is kind of cool, and they have the same birthday. And yeah, also had a job at the time, which, I loved that job. It was at my old elementary school. I was working with a ton of 4th graders in that class, and I really loved that job. The kids all loved me. It was like, I was living the dream, pretty much. Like, 19-year-old Carly, living the dream. Like, I had a job I loved. I was in a, class I loved. I was in college. Like, I was living out the dreams of every kid in America. Like, every kid in America pretty much dreams of college. Well, I don't know. Not everyone, but, like, a lot of people dream of going to college, and, like, some people never get to go. And, like, I got to go for 6 months. I'm grateful that I got to experience, like, life in in-person school. No mask, no social distancing, no virus, no whatever. If you know what I mean? Then, I remember this moment, clear as day, doing math homework online on my computer. Okay, let's backtrack a little before I talk about that. Okay, I remember hearing about COVID, like coronavirus. I thought, oh, it's probably just something middle schoolers joke about. Like, that's not gonna affect me, right? Like, I'm safe, I'm protected, I live in a town. I don't live in China, right? Like, I'm safe, I'm protected. But before COVID, I did see people with masks, like, who were very diligent about everything, if you know what I mean? Like, I totally understand, like, I know, like, people in Asia do take, health seriously. Like, you see, like, pictures of, you know what I mean? Like, you do see, like, people pretty much wear masks, even if they have, like, a small cold, like, so I knew, like, it was serious, but it wasn't, like, today, like, still stuck in quarantine, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I know people do take, I know, obviously, the cultural thing, I don't really understand the culture, I know, but obviously, they are mindful of their health, you know what I mean? Like, if you have a small cold, you pretty much are wearing a mask, if you know what I mean? So, yeah. I thought the whole coronavirus situation was going to be something that middle schoolers would joke about, and, like, it wasn't, like, a serious issue in Boston quite yet, but then I remember going to do my math homework, and then my school, IMG Malls Academy, said, we're going to have to go online. The COVID situation is getting worse. Like, this is serious. This is not a middle schooler joke. Like, we're going to have to go online. We're preparing for the worst. Like, if you know what I mean, like, I didn't want to hold to false hope and be like, oh, we'll be back in person by March 28th, whatever. Like, I knew that this was a serious issue, and I needed to, like, prepare for the worst kind of thing, if you know what I mean? Like, I knew that the week before spring would be my last week ever at that school, so I remember frantically writing 2 letters to, I wrote one for my friend Jordan, and I wrote one for my professor, who I really liked, and, yeah, it kind of felt like the last day of school that day, like, March 11th felt like the last day of school, pretty much. Like, I knew, in the back of my mind, I was not going to be back at that school in person, like, pretty much for the rest of the school year, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll be back in the fall or something, and, yeah, that did not happen. Like, I remember putting letters in my backpack, having an outfit, get ready to go the night before, and then I remember right when I was about to go to sleep, I got this text message, and I was like, oh, wonder who's texting me, and it was emergency alert, from IMG Malls Academy saying, we have a presumption case of COVID. We don't know if it's a actual case of COVID, but we're going to close down the school just in case. Like, we don't want to get anyone sick. We're taking this COVID pandemic seriously. We don't want to get anyone sick. The school is closing down. Break is already here, pretty much. So, yeah, we kind of got an extra... spring break pretty much came unexpectedly early that day, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Then I had my last day of work at the job, and I wore the outfit. I made some TikToks. Like, I have TikToks from that week to, like... And it's kind of weird looking back, being like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It was the same way my LOL doll video came viral, so I don't know what it's like to, like, attend school while having that influencer status at all. So, yeah. Like, yeah, that video, my big break did come that week. I had to leave that school, so yeah. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Like, now the school was closed. Also, then I got an update from the school saying, oh, we're extending our spring break until March 28th, and then after that, we're going to be online remote for the rest of the year. And I knew what was going to happen in the back of my mind. I was like, I knew you guys were going to shut down. I knew. And obviously, I felt like summer, because of summer, like, people are going to, obviously, the whole narcissistic COVIDs, we're going to, like, pretend COVID does not exist and, like, risk everything to, they pretty much don't care about protecting others. They only care about themselves. They're going to be like, I'm going to run around Florida, run around the beach in Miami with no mask, no consideration for others, and pass on the virus. And also, yeah, that's pretty much how we end up here. Then summer came around, and still, same situation. Quarantined. Can't go to school. My school continued to shut down because they wanted to keep the students safe. I decided not to go back for fall because, again, I have a lot of older classmates. I didn't want to, like, risk, like, I don't know what they're going home to. Like, they're going to go home to, like, immunocompromised family members, whatever. Some of them have kids, and, like, I didn't want to risk, like, you know, getting them sick. Even if I've been quarantined all year, I know the virus does not discriminate. My family had to cancel our Florida trip twice because, like, things in Florida. Like, do you really want to... We could be totally healthy, totally fine. We'd be totally fine. We'll come back safely. But, like, do we really want to risk, like, that just for some fun? Like, we can totally go back to Florida when it's safe to do so. No mask, no social distancing. Like, once I have the COVID vaccine, like, we can totally safely do that. Like, I mean, I'm sure we could have totally been there, been fine. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to risk, like, privilege. Like, with great privilege comes great power. So, yeah. No going to Florida. Had to be canceled. Also, fall came, college is still online, I signed up for online classes, and, again, we decided, hey, we should go to Florida for my birthday, because I'm turning 20, and it's a huge deal to, like, turn 20, like, turning 20 is a huge deal, so we were like, hey, let's go to Florida. This is probably my only year to be able to celebrate my birthday in Florida, like, because of September is, like, back to school season, so, like, you couldn't really travel during that time, so, again, canceled. We had to cancel the trip again. And well, I was pretty disappointed. Even if I knew it, hopefully next year, like the year after, like in the future, I can always travel for my birthday. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed to have to cancel that trip. So yeah. Fall 2020, might I say, was a time. It was a time. Big feelings happened. I was kind of like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, despite being privileged enough to be able to attend online school, it was like, I feel like I lost it that fall. Like, yeah. I, like, totally lost it at the time. Like, that was a time. Like, big feelings happened. Boundaries were crossed. Like, overstepping. Like, the line was crossed many times. Like, yeah, like, I was really feeling the efforts of being trapped in my childhood room for far too long. Not being able to leave, well, not being able to leave the house, but, like, I don't know. I pretty much only left the house to go on walks or, like, go to the grocery store and, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't about to risk it all for some fun. Because, like, I don't know, like, I mean, could have gone to a job somewhere and been fine, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, wasn't worth getting people sick or anything. I didn't want to, again, COVID does not discriminate. I could have been fine, but, like, I didn't want to, like, risk it all. Like, I can totally get a job later, or, like, go to school later on in life, or like been a model, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's done, like, there's ways to do it, like social distance, mask, whatever, but like, you know what I mean? Like, even with the schools, like, a lot of schools have opened back up in person, like, they're still, like, obviously, they still make people quarantine and stuff, even if it's a presumptive case, because they want to, like, they're just trying to do things as safely as they can. Like, we're all, like, still, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're all trying to, like, play our parts to protect each other right now, and, like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Then, Christmas, New Year's, whatever, blah, blah, all that happened. Christmas, New Year's, it was an interesting Christmas, to say the least. Like, events were canceled, but, like, we did try to make the most of it. Quarantine pods, Zoom calling friends. Like, we did try to make the best of that Christmas, even though it wasn't, like, obviously, like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, like, it was very different compared to, like, past years. But I did try to make the most of it. Also, I finished my online college early, so it was, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm so bored. Like, I'm glad I finished the online college early, but, like, I don't know. I regret, like, finishing early. Like, my dad was like, you could probably finish up your Python class in a week. And I was like, okay, but I'm gonna be bored if I do that. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I just took my time a little. I mean, kind of went a little too fast, but I kind of took my time with the classes. Like, you know what I mean? It's about the destination, not the journey, if you know what I mean? No, not the destination. It's about the journey, not the destination. So, yeah, very much. Then, after Christmas, after New Year's, yeah, winter break. Like, of course, I'm not in school right now. Christmas is over. New Year's is over. It's 2021, the year I turned 21. I was, like, kind of like, I got sent a picture of Pattie Boyd at her wedding when she married George Harrison. Maybe I should look her up and see if, like, who she's like, what kind of person is she? Like, she kind of struck a chord a little with me. I don't know. I looked up Pattie, and I feel like looking her up kind of brought some big emotions in me, because, like, again, it's been almost years I've been in an actual in-person classroom. Like, I was kind of nostalgic to look at the pictures and, like, be like, oh man, like, I dressed that way in school when I was able to attend an in-person school before COVID with no mask, no social distancing, and, like, it was really emotional to look at all those pictures. And her letters, like, I read her letters so many times throughout the past year, well, this year, 2021, like, I read her letters so many times. It was kind of emotional and nostalgic to look back at these pictures, and then I decided to make 2 Pattie Boyd TikToks. I'm like, oh my god, I love this girl. I should totally make a TikTok expressing my big feelings for this model. And I was like, oh, it's the typesery, it's the blank whatever for me. Like, I thought she was, like, I don't know. There was something about her that I really had feelings for. And, like, I made those TikToks about her, and then this was my oh shoot moment. Last summer, I modeled for a protest. I even wrote in one of my school papers, I would like to model after the pandemic's over. And I kind of was like, oh yeah, modeling can't happen in person right now safely, and, like, it's more important I focus on school right now at the time. And I was like, now that I was not in school, like, not doing those papers and not doing Python, not doing stuff for the school, it was like, maybe I should look into modeling. Like, obviously, like, I should wait till after COVID to have a career in modeling to, like, really consider modeling, like, as a career. But, like, maybe at home I can, like, try to figure out some quarantinable ways to model, like, model for Instagram, maybe put some effort into Instagram, put more effort into TikTok, put more effort into YouTube. Like, that was kind of why I went to the Creator Fund this year. Was like, well, I enjoy doing TikTok, why don't I just get paid for it? Like, even if it's just, like, I don't know, like, a small amount of money, that's still, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can still, like, profit off of it, even if I do decide to have, like, an actual career outside of social media, I can still, like, earn some extra money off my accounts, if you know what I mean? Like, I'm already doing this stuff as a hobby, why not get paid for it, kind of thing, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how I here we are today. Like, it's been a while. I've changed a lot. Like, I always knew 2021 was the year for change. I'm not sure what it was. Like, if it's because I turned 21 this year, or if it's because, like, haven't been in school, been out of school for a year now. Like, online college does not count, but, like, I've been out of school for a year. Like, I don't know what it was, but, like, I feel like I've changed a lot. Also, my hair has gone thicker and softer every day since Christmas. I'm not kidding. Like, this is not a joke. Like, I remember last August, I woke up with really soft hair. I was like, oh my god. Like, people are jealous of my hair, but, like, I'm like, oh god, what did I do to it? Like, what did I do to my hair to make it this soft? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, like, kind of interesting. It's, like, I had some moments where I was like, oh, I wish I was in school, or, like, back in school I did this, and, like, I remember making a TikTok once, and I was looking back, and I was like, oh my god, if I was in school today, I would have totally worn this outfit, or, yeah, it's, like, it's been a wild ride, like, you know, been a wild ride, but I'm very happy today to report that I'm safe and healthy at my house, and, like, yeah. I just got a cake recently, like a Whole Foods cake, because I think I deserved it after everything that's gone on the past 2 years, like, to see college handed to me, then taken away, then online college, then, yeah, it's interesting. And, well, during everything that went on the past, God knows what, 3 months, I discovered that I subconsciously pretty much wanted to model, like, ever since I was a baby. Like one of my friends has pointed out, oh wow, you really subconsciously wanted to model. I was like, yeah, I pretty much did. But obviously, with COVID, is it safe to go send stuff to agencies right now? Like, I mean, I can totally work with them virtually, I can tag them on Instagram, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I think having a modeling career can wait just a while longer. Also, singing lessons, thanks for your concern. Like, I'm sure y'all mean, like, no ill intentions or anything, but, like, I feel like after everything that's going on, voice lessons on Zoom are not the same. Like, I think, like, because after COVID, like, you know what I mean? Like, after COVID, feel like I'm gonna be catching up with friends, and, like, I need to catch up with the things I pretty much had to sacrifice for, like, to protect healthcare workers and, like, people at risk. Like, I'm gonna have to, I feel like singing lessons just wait a little while longer, and, like, I don't know. I don't think I want to ever be interested in taking them. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta catch up on a few things after this whole situation ends, so, like, yeah. Like, no amount of money or privilege or whatever can take back my time at college where I lost for the COVID situation. Like, it's not gonna, I know I can always go back at 25 or whatever, but, like, you know what I mean? It's not the same as going when you're, like, 20 or, like, 19 or 18. Also, I feel like I'm glad I got that school in time, because, like, a lot of my classmates were older, and, like, that was kind of creepy, that, like, I was third youngest in my class, and, like, things got a little creepy at that school, and, like, I'm so glad I got out when I did. Like, yeah. Like, it's kind of interesting. It's like, be like, wow, I'm out of it now, and it's like, kind of, wow, looking back, it's like, what happened here? Like, I mean, yeah, it's true, but I'm very smart and very mature, but, like, I'm still young and I'm still growing, and it's like, I'm not done growing yet. Like, I'm 21 in the fall, and, I think I'm not sure if it's true, but, like, your brain does not stop developing until you're 25. Like, your brain does not stop, you're not done developing until you're 25. Like, I think that's fact, but I'm not really sure, but, like, I'm so glad, like, I'm here today, I'm healthy, I'm safe, I decided to relaunch my channel while waiting for, like, things to go back to, like, well, normal. I don't know if we're gonna have the same normal as we did, like, on March 11th, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's good if I did relaunch the channel and, like, decide to relaunch my channel, put more effort in TikTok, and, like, yeah. Who knows what this could lead up to? Like, maybe I do get an opportunity, like, a brand deal for after COVID ends. So, like, I don't know what this is going to like, you know, entail what things are gonna look like after COVID ends, but, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of interesting to, like, it's kind of interesting to be like, hey, let's relaunch this channel and see what happens. So, yeah. see you all soon, I guess. This was a ride. See you all soon. Okay, despite your privilege, despite everything going on, just know that life is too short not to, like, you know, I don't know. Just life's too short not, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, life's too short not to judge, like, innocent people who are just, you know, trying to pass time during the whole COVID situation. Like, as long as you're not, like, I don't know, running around in Cancun with no mask and no social distancing, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Love y'all. See you soon. Deuces.